Fate decided.
Let's get this party started.
Craving something scary.
Hello, Sydney. It's an honor.
Killjoy Jake.
Don't you swear at me, you little shit! Don't you ever raise your voice at me! I am your mother!
What's the boogeyman? As a matter of fact, it was.
The collective has spoken. What's going on? It's Q&A Monday. The collective is ready to rock. We don't have Fate with us. Hopefully he'll be jumping in at some point if we let him.
Darn. Sorry.
No.
Oh, no. I'm just teasing. Something he would do.
Yeah, he would. He'd be like, yeah, we shipped someone overseas in a box with no holes for breathing.
Sounds
joking.
just like him.
It does, doesn't it? All right, guys, we're here for Q&A Monday. We got some folks already in the chat because you guys rock. You guys know what's up. We got Maverick. He had 24 minutes and counting. That's what I'm talking about, man. Thanks so much, man. We appreciate that.
Nice.
We got Florin. We got Wayne. Let's see. We got Kenyon. Desiree's in the chat. What's up? Wayne, what are you doing?
Someone's got to do it to fill in.
That's right.
Exactly, man.
Although I will say, man, like he's got that one down on lock. Like when he does it, it's like
It's pretty banging.
It's pretty really good.
Oh yeah.
It's really good.
Denisha. Oh, sorry. You're reading my mind, Knight. Denisha always represents like right up front with it, man. It's so great.
God, you guys are too funny, man. We'll throw that out.
Oh, yeah.
Carrie, Dark Ninja. All right.
Hey.
Hello, everybody.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Bob Hunt's in the house, too. Good day, huh? Hey, what's up?
Bob, what's up?
Keon's
man.
in the house. Nice.
Yeah, man.
What's up?
Carrie says, I finally get to watch this stream. There you go. Well, anyways, guys, you know how we guys do this. If you guys have any questions, throw them at us, and we will try to get to each one that we can.
Yeah.
But while we wait for you guys to throw some questions at us, just to do a little housekeeping, so to speak. What?
I just turned my... Jake and I both just had phone issues, I think, because I did the same thing.
I moved my mic and the stand made a sound I've never heard before. It was just like like that.
I
I
heard. I thought it was your phone.
Yeah, no, it scared me a little bit. I'm just like, what the heck was that?
Haunted mic stand.
There we go.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, man.
X.
It could be
marks
worse.
the spot.
Aha.
Ooh.
Aha.
Now, I
Good
haven't
one.
seen it yet, though. I want to.
neither.
I know. I have not
Me
seen
neither.
Jake.
I'll shut up about it. I won't say anything. I will say
Bro, I
absolutely
saw
nothing.
your tweet, Jake.
Dude,
I'm
right?
like, I haven't
Listen.
seen Jake at like
Listen.
wax. What's that phrase, Night? You know, when you're
Wax
just
poetic.
gushing. Yeah, wax poetic, gushing over a movie like that in a long
Yeah,
time.
man.
If the film X turned into a human being, I would fall in love with that human and marry it for the rest of my life. Dude,
wow.
I
Wow.
mean,
All right.
listen, I fucking love the new Scream movie, but like X is the best horror movie of the 2020s so far, in my opinion. It blew my mind.
Wow.
I mean, listen, I could not talk this movie up any more than I already have. It's
Dang.
phenomenal. I really liked it.
So everybody in the chat, I'm going to ask everyone in the chat, please, no spoilers. If you've seen X, let's keep it
Yes.
spoiler free today, please.
Good point.
Much appreciated.
Good point. Yeah.
I mean, it's just
absolutely.
opening weekend, basically. I mean, it's still just
Right.
out.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm hoping to see it this week. Hoping.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I may
worth
have to
it.
wait till it's streaming, and I hope it's coming out next month. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It's going to be hard to avoid spoilers, but I want to try.
I will say, if you can make it to the theaters for this one, do it.
Yeah.
It's a really fun theatrical experience too, because there's a lot of like really funny parts and scary
Okay.
parts. So it's it's nice to be in a room full of people watching it, I guess is my point. So
Okay.
if you can, make it out to the theater. But
Nice.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. Well, Jake, do you want to start with some information about a very important project that you are obviously a big part of. The part of.
Yes, yeah. So, if you guys don't know, if you guys are here for the first time, maybe potentially, I am currently working on a Scream fan film called Red Right Hand, and it's going to be a Scream movie from the perspective of the killers this time around. Now, the thing is, usually when I talk about this in the past, I've been so excited to get ready for this project, but we literally only have like 5 days to get this puppy funded. So if you guys could help us out, we are not quite there yet, but we're getting close. We're getting real close. I think we can honestly make it by the end of this week. I really think so. We're gonna need some more support. So go check that out. The Kickstarter link will be in the description in this video. Also, if you want to go over to my page, Killjoy Jake, we have a bunch of there's like every video I've been posting lately has a link to the Kickstarter. If you just look up Red Right Hand Kickstarter, guess what? It's the first thing that comes up. Boom. Woo-hoo. So if you support us there, by the way, you're not only making a really cool Scream fan film, you're also gonna get some badass rewards. There is these little ghost face pins that you can get that Steven has been gushing about lately. That are real cool.
I want it so bad.
Oh yeah. There's going to be a limited edition VHS tape run of it that you can get at the $100 tier. And maybe the coolest thing out of all this is the poster, which we actually got an artist, we commissioned an artist to make this badass poster for it. It's Ghostface fighting a devil Ghostface. There's a devil Ghostface movie? There's a devil Ghostface in this movie. Holy crap. What? Get this movie made, and all these crazy burning questions that you have could get answered. So, yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow. A devil ghost face.
Yeah.
That sounds interesting.
Wow.
Very, very interesting. Cool.
Yes.
But yeah, so 5 days, and for you guys that are watching, and I know a lot of you guys have helped out or joined the campaign, and that is amazing. But please, please, please don't take your foot off of the pedal.
No.
We need it. We need everyone's help and support. And even if it's just sharing it out on your social media to anybody that you know that loves horror, anybody that loves Scream, or anyone that loves any of us on this channel, please, please, please. Yes. We gotta go. That's all.
Let's get it there. And remember, if you've been fortunate and blessed to be able to donate once, that's amazing. But remember, that doesn't have to be the only time. Okay, so I've donated now twice, 2 times now, because I want to see this thing happen. So listen, if you guys, for all your donations so far, I know Jake is so grateful for it. Absolutely. And all of us as the collective supporting him are very grateful for it as well. But if you still have it in you with these last 5 days, we're literally at the finish line. It's coming up in view. So if you have any way to come back and donate, even if it's another $5 or another $10 even, anything, it all matters. And it's greatly appreciated for this project. Because we got to see this movie. It has to happen.
Absolutely.
I'm so excited to make. I mean, I can't even begin to explain how excited I am to make this. My buddy Sean, who he makes horror films, has been like a passion of his for years. Read the script, and he's so invested in this. He has been getting into shape for his character and stuff. He's actually been going to the gym every morning. He called me the other day, and he's just like, dude, he's like, listen, I'm so pumped to play my role in this. I've been going to the gym at 5 a.m. every single morning to get in shape for it. He's like,
nice.
He's like, dude, I'm gonna be the character, bro. I'm method acting already, getting in character for it now, and I'm just like, that's awesome, man. So we have a plethora of talented people attached to this project as well, and we would all just love to get this thing made. So if we can get the funding done this week, that would be sick. We can go into pre-production and start making this thing happen.
Very, very cool. And we got Flash Skywalker 13 saying
Flash.
Contributing today. Love you guys.
Thank
you
you
so much.
Thank you, Flash.
That. Seriously, we really
so
appreciate it.
Can I just say one thing too, real quick, before we transition?
Yeah.
Just real quick. It's not as important. The immediacy of it's not as important, but it's still important. Is the Lethal Collective channel? We just hit into the 430s. So you guys have brought us up to 431. So we're just making our way one step at a time towards that 1,000K. It's a grind. It is, but it's coming up. It's a steady increase. So thank you guys for anybody who's here that's a new subscriber. We really appreciate it. Yeah. And for all of you veteran subscribers, we appreciate you sharing the word about the collective and helping us get to that 1K. Because believe me, we're going to make it worth your while. All of you guys, we know who you are who've been here since day one. We see all of you. And there will be some, you're going to definitely like when we hit 1,000K what we're going to do. We're going to have a big time celebration live stream.
Absolutely.
So
And
Yeah.
something else I want to throw out there real quick, and then I swear I'll get off this topic, is you could actually be on the Lethal Collective, all the people watching this right now.
Hey, that's
There's
right.
there's a tier over on that Kickstarter. You could be on an episode. Just you can talk with us. You think
Absolutely.
that Fate's opinion on Halloween Kills sucks? Guess what? Get on here and you can fight him about it.
Yeah, you can.
You
'Cause it
think
does
gloves.
suck.
Yeah. You want to hop on the stew train with Craven? Boom! We got the tier list over there.
Let's go.
Yeah. So
it-
go on
get
over
it
there.
up.
There's limited
Get it up.
spots.
Get it up.
Limited spots left. So yes, hit that while you can. All right, I'll shut up.
well, and I'll say one more thing to that too. This is special times because I think
Yeah.
this channel, we started this channel because we just have fun talking about horror movies, and the four of us, four different channels coming together. It's something that's fairly special to really go for it and do. Like sometimes people will collaborate, or a lot of times people will collaborate, but to schedule time every week to do this, four different people, 3 different time zones, and all 4 of our channels are very, very busy. We do it because we believe in this, and I'm just going
right.
to say it right now. There'll be a point when everything's just going to come to fruition, and we're so glad to have you guys with us now.
Yes.
While we're building the foundation, because we truly appreciate it, and we don't forget that. We really truly appreciate the support, and this is one of those moments with Jake's film. So please do whatever you can to help us out. But there was one more question pertaining to it, Jake. Let me just pull this up right here. I saw it somewhere. Oh, Florin was saying, I almost forgot. When is the release of Red Right Hand?
Okay.
So if everything goes according to schedule, which things typically don't do, but hey, it's something. Maybe I get lucky. I don't know.
Right.
It should come out on December 20th, which will be the 26th anniversary of the original Scream. So just in time for
Yeah.
Christmas, pretty much.
So
There
nice.
you go.
Yeah.
That's a good
Now
Christmas
that's a
gift.
total coincidence, right? I just happened to.
Yeah,
And totally
definitely a coincidence. Did not plan for that at all.
At all.
He's smarter than that. Come on.
Oh, of course. That's awesome.
Man.
I think it's
Nice.
brilliant. I do. I think it's brilliant.
It is.
And you're going to get it out before Scream 6. And by the time December's here, we're going to have a trailer. We're going to be doing all of our breakdown videos. We're going to be able to tell you who the killers are because they're going to show us 2 more scenes revealing the killers like they did in Scream 5 trailer. So we're going to be able to tell you guys before you go, here are the killers. Here's what's going to happen.
We're gonna spoil everything. Yeah,
We're gonna spoil it all.
100%, Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. But we'll be, but what will be a surprise will be Red Right Hand because we're not going to spoil that anymore. So that will be at least
Exactly.
something you can look forward to. No, I'm kidding. Well, unfortunately, I hope I'm kidding. I don't know if they do what they did last time. I'm not kidding at all.
I don't think I told you guys the big twist at the end. I don't think you guys even know, honestly.
No.
Because
Oh,
I
I
told
don't
you a
know.
few things about it, but I was like, oh wait, I don't think. Yeah, so no one really knows about it. So
Nope.
yeah, this is exciting.
I'm very excited. You got to keep that a secret, man. That's what
yeah.
we're gonna be held out to the end.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly.
Desiree saying that is insane. You are all on 3 different times. Yeah, I mean, like I said, we're not playing around. We're going for this thing, and it's not always easy. And not only 3 different time zones, but I mean, we all have different schedules for our lives.
Exactly.
Some of us work in the middle of the day. Some of us work all day. Some of us work overnight. I mean, so just I say that just to obviously. We also want this channel to be something where you guys can see the inner workings of what we do and what we're about. Maybe even some of the process of being a YouTuber. But I say that also to, I don't know. I'm appreciative that we're able to do it, to be quite honest.
Absolutely,
And again,
yeah.
it's really, really cool.
And we've added a second stream now. So we're
right.
logistically doing this twice a week, not just once. Which I didn't know if we were ever going to figure out a time. It took us like a month or like 2 months to nail down when we could do it once a week, man. And then we're like, let's just get started. Let's go. And then now we've added 2. So hey, but it really is a thing that if any of us thought we were wasting our time or your time, none of us would be here. This is because we believe in each other. We are friends. We're brothers. And we're all so different, but we're all this. We have the same common thread, but we're also all unique, which is I think it's the beauty of this whole collective.
Yeah,
And
I
because
agree.
you don't want to have all four people that are exactly the same. You all, as far as like personalities and viewpoints. But there's enough commonality that it's a camaraderie. It's a I've said that word. I'm gonna say that word wrong, but you know what I'm talking about. It's a camaraderie that there it is between us and our passion as well for these films. All of that
Yeah.
combined, and we didn't just good guys, man. You guys are awesome.
Thank you. I
So are
appreciate
you,
that.
man.
Yeah.
So are you. You
thank
all
you.
right.
All right.
So Kenyon said, "I wonder if we're going to see Tara's father in Scream 6, or are they going to save him for 7?" Oh man.
How do you guys feel about this? Because I'm almost. I think it was cooler that they didn't show the parents in the last movie because they were so disconnected from their children. I
Yeah.
feel like that speaks volumes for me. So I almost feel like you ruined that potential by introducing them as characters in the next film. But
Yeah.
how do you guys feel about it?
Well, I'll tell you, I kind of agree with that. Again, and I know we say this all the time, but it is so true. The execution, it'll be everything with it as far as the story and how they make it work. But I kind of like a little bit more of the mystery too, because listen, the bottom line is we've got a lot of characters already that we know are going to be in this movie. So you have to have a balance, and I think that I'll put it to you this way to answer it. Long story short, I'm not invested either way. If they do it, that's great. If they don't, I'm okay with it as well. But if they do, I just hope that if you see Tara's father, that it means something. It's not just a quick little hey, hi, and then he's gone. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Like,
Martha Meeks.
yeah,
One
well,
scene.
exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I mean, it was cool seeing Martha, but we didn't need to. I mean, it was a cool fan service moment for sure, and I'm fine with it. But it didn't need to happen. So that's how I look at it.
Well, here it is. John Blackmore. Tara's dad's name, John Blackmore.
All right.
And so the mystery is, what the heck does Blackmore mean? Is there a meaning? I know because Guy Busick said that they inserted that name whenever they were doing lines when they were auditioning Tara and Sam. So when Sam would say, the identity of my father, his real name is John Blackmore, because they didn't want to put Billy Loomis into the script and ruin the whole surprise. So my question is it a throwaway name? Or because now the working title for Scream 6 is Blackmore in Montreal. So I just wonder, is it just a random thing? You know what? It worked for us last time. Let's just stick with Blackmore, and we're going to call it, instead of Parkside Alpha, like we called 5, we're going to call 6 Blackmore, because Parkside Alpha makes no sense to what we saw last year. So
Right.
there's a very good chance, right, that this Blackmore title could be nothing but a joke, an inside joke, and that's it. But I just want to pose the question, because we do theories, guys. That's what we do. So, what if John Blackmore is actually the name of Tara's dad, and the movie's called Blackmore because he's going to be a key figure in this film? What do you guys think about that, or do you think it's literally just a throwaway like it was in 5?
It certainly could be just a throwaway thing, because in that tweet from Guy Busick during the Scream watch party or whatever, he actually said, he's like, oh, it was like a running joke.
Yeah.
It was like we made fun of it because it was like, oh, no one knows what we're really doing here. That's funny.
Yep.
I think that it could be that. I think it also could be because since that was the placeholder for Billy Loomis, it could be in reference to Billy Loomis. So maybe he has some involvement, not literally, he's not in it, obviously, but I mean something along the lines of Sam having that influence, that killer instinct, the killer blood in her, I guess. So
right.
it could be in reference to that. It could just be an inside joke. I'm not sure. I think it would be interesting to see either option explored. So,
Yeah. All right.
Same.
And Flash saying, need to go. I'll be right back.
Oh, no. Or will you? We hope you will be. For the
Saying,
rules.
I'm going to donate in a bit, Jake.
thank
so
you.
much.
Nice.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate it. Yeah, so like I said, I'm either way, to be quite honest with you. But Denisha saying, do you think the release date should have been January and the title of Scream 6, rumors to John something after Tara's father? Well, we talked a little bit about that just a second ago. But do you guys think that it should have been January?
I think it should have been October.
Yeah.
I've said since day one, I want a fall release
Yeah.
because the pressure you take the pressure off the pot when you push it out. You can turn the heat down a little bit,
Right.
but they have the heat up so high, and we talked about it on Friday, that I'm afraid the lid's going to just pop off of it, and this thing's going
Right.
to overexplode. I'm not saying I'm worried. I'm just a little concerned. I'm not saying I'm worried. I'm not freaking out. I'm trusting that they've got it together. But that's going to be my hope all the way up till March, but next year. But no, I wish I would have felt so much better if they said October 2023. I'm like, okay. And even if they started filming in June, I still would have felt better because they could have done reshoots and they could have done
Right.
touch-ups if they didn't like it after they saw it. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. That's my thought. I would have later's better for me. I don't like it sooner.
How about you, Jake?
Especially like this film seems like it's going to be a more complicated version of stories we've gotten in the past. So like to me, you'd think we'd need more time to make this film, than even more time than Scream 5. Even if they did have an idea beforehand, this might not be the most
Right.
this might not be the easiest film to make, and I wouldn't expect it to be. I'd be actually kind of concerned if they were like easily like, "Oh yeah, we'll get this thing done by," and whatever. Like, yeah, okay, we can easily get this thing done by March. That would be almost kind of scary to me because I want a more complicated film in Scream 6. I don't want them to go
Right.
simpler just because that's not what this franchise needs, I think. We need some kind of crazy big explosive thing to happen in Scream 6 to keep the story moving and to keep it fresh, keep it interesting again. Tell a new story.
Yeah, I absolutely agree, and I honestly thought it was going to be a fall date as well, or late summer at the earliest, and I'm talking
Yes.
like August, like mid August or later. So yeah, I mean, I like I said, and we talked about this before. I'm hopeful. These guys, they know what they're doing. Hopefully, the money was not overcoming logic.
Yeah.
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 But to piggyback on what Jake was saying, I'm just and I have some stuff I'm going to be doing and talking about too. I just hope that we're going to go into some interesting directions. That's the one wish. One wish I have for this movie is when I watch it that I literally see some things and I say, "Wow, they did that in a Scream film." I'm not talking about when they're doing stuff for Stab. Like that's cool
Oh,
and
no.
all, but we've been down that road before. You know
Right.
what I mean? Like if we can
Yeah.
get some new interesting directions, and I honestly think, and you guys let me know what you think too, but I honestly think this could be the movie that will define so much of the franchise, because now we gotten the fifth one out of the way. A lot of people may think that was very difficult to do, and it was, but it also had that safety net of coming back to a franchise, a beloved franchise, with Radio Silence being very, very tuned in to Wes's vibe and so forth. I think this is the one that could really, it's like a fork in the road. I think I said this on Friday. It's like a fork in the road. We could go one way and we'll have fans and especially casual viewers thinking, well, how many times are we going to keep doing this? Or how many times do we need to keep seeing this? We can go that way, or we can go into a direction where people like Jake was just so excited about talking about X. That's what I want for Scream 6. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like I enjoyed Scream 5, there's no doubt. But there were some things that, went a certain way that I wasn't the biggest fan of. But when I see Scream 6, now that we've gotten the fifth one out of the way, I want to see them take some chances, good chances, of course. And this could really, to me, define the franchise. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. This is going to be a big deal for Scream fans, for like just knowing Radio Silence's credibility, I think, for this movie, because I know I've seen a lot of people just like on Twitter and all that, and it's like it's a lot of junk. But a big thing I see a lot is people saying, "Oh, well, they're just fanboys and they're just excited to be on a Scream set and stuff." Well, I want to, I would love these guys to come out in March next year with a Scream film that blows everything else out of the water. I would love for that to happen, to show like, no, they're not just fanboys, dude. They have made amazing movies in the past, and they're gonna put something out this coming year that's gonna even melt our faces even more than 5 did. I think I would love for that to happen. I think this film still has the potential to do that, especially if they're prepared, if they're ready, if they have some kind of idea and already a script written. Then yeah, I think it has the potential to do that, but it is a little scary that we're getting it so soon. So I don't know. I'm cautiously excited. How does that sound?
Yeah. Sounds perfect.
It does. And Knight, I just sent you an email, and I know not to put you on the spot here, but take your time. I just sent you an email of something I would like if you could pull it up on the screen. I'd like to talk about this because basically 1 hour ago, I filmed a video last night because I found an interview from Empire that just came out. What was this? Today's Monday. It would come out Saturday night, I guess, or actually Sunday. Excuse me. And it has a new quote because recently Radio Silence talked about how they want to exceed expectations. Well, Tyler has added more color around his comment now, and it's both good and bad. I just dropped the video before this live stream went live back. I was editing it all afternoon, and it's called. The name of the video is "Risking It All." And that's a literal quote from Tyler about this movie. Oh, you got it? Okay. So I'm going to read this out loud for those of you who aren't watching the screen, you're just listening. This is Tyler Gillett. He says, this movie has to be willing to risk it all in order to subvert all of those expectations. And the context is everything we expect Scream 6 to be, they want to subvert it all. They want to completely shock us unexpectedly. And then he doesn't stop there. He says, we're so far down the rabbit hole of Scream movies that it's all up for grabs at this point. Now, I don't know about you guys. When I saw this, I said, whoa, this has some serious potential implications. This isn't just saying, hey, we want to make a great movie that does new things. No, he's literally saying, this is the director, one of the directors. We're willing to risk it all. And then, okay, well, what does that mean? Well, we want to subvert expectations. Well, you have expectations for characters. You have expectations for storylines. You have expectations for locations. You have and there's more. These are just three big ones that I could think of right off the bat. And what's interesting about all this is, and you guys know where I'm going here, but I want to get y'all's opinion, Jake and Knight. When I read this comment that we're so far down the rabbit hole of Scream movies, meaning we are going all the way back to the very beginning on all these films, and he says that it's all up for grabs. Which, gentlemen and ladies in the stream and my brotherhood and the collective, when I saw that sentence, one word came to my mind. It's all up for grabs, which means Stu Macher could actually be on the table that I've been saying. I'm telling you, I'm not making this stuff up, guys. It's all up for. That's right. It's all up for grabs, man. He said it, and he's referring to all the Scream movies. In other words, and I love it. I just love that. Dan. I love it. And so, not only is it Stu. But Steven,
that was the best setup to that I've ever heard in my life.
And Knight didn't even know it was coming.
I did not see that coming at all. That was the twist ending I needed it for my day right there. That was phenomenal. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Keep going. I just wanted to applaud you on how amazing that all was.
Thank you. That was completely unrehearsed, man. That was on the fly. We just pulled that off. So, and I'm seeing everyone in the live chat already saying Stu. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So for anyone who denies that Stu is not an option, now hear me out. I'm not saying that you may end up being right, okay? I could be completely wrong. But I'm just telling you, for anyone who's thinking up to this point that Stu is not a real option, this should completely destroy that thought. This should at least make you think, okay, you know what? Maybe he is. Maybe at the very least I can say, I think there's going to be something to this. Because this is directly talking about the Scream movies. And he says it's all up for grabs. I mean, I can picture Guy and James and them sitting down and just throwing everything out. Saying, what about Stu? What about Angelina? Let's bring Angelina back. Let's go. Right? It's all up for grabs, guys. So anyway, Knight and Jake, I want to hear your thoughts. But I went over the moon because I think this is very telling. And now I will say this last thing and I'm going to stop. I've been going for a while. The downside to this whole comment here, and I'm glad you're leaving it up. The downside to this is that if they're not careful, they could go too far out, risking it all, and it could absolutely just backfire on them all the way around. It could be disaster. Yeah. So this is a big risk move. It's a risk reward. It's a feast or famine type of a situation because it's a double-edged sword. But at night, I think this reinforces what you said and what we have said, that This is a Radio Silence movie. The Wes Craven mantle has been respectfully laid down gently and reverently, and now it's going to be them, and they're going all in. We're pushing it in. We're going to risk everything of what you expect from this movie, and it will either be epic, or it's going to be they just completely blew it. Right. So thoughts. I'm going to stop talking now. Thoughts.
I'll let you go first, Jake.
You have a point about they have to do some risky stuff. They have to deviate from your typical Scream formula for this next movie. I've been seeing a lot of comments lately that I'm starting to agree more and more with about the ending of Scream 5 and how it's like, wow, yeah, that's really similar to the original. And I kind of wish they went about it a little differently. Like, they didn't have to follow the format as closely as they did, especially with the whole kitchen scene. Like, a lot of the way the movie flows, it feels a lot like the original movie. And I think they got to do their own thing with this film. They have to do it in a way that doesn't feel like, in some ways, doesn't feel like the old movies, while still keeping it in the realm of Scream. So it still has the meta commentary. It's still silly. It still has some great kills, Ghostface running around. But they have to do some change. They have to make some massive changes. They got to do some things that are risky, because otherwise you're just making another movie that's just like Scream 2. You're just making another movie that's just like Scream 4. I say change it up, man. Don't have all the killers get revealed at the end. Have one of them win. Have something just wildly different happen towards the end. I talked about in my video today about how I would love to see Sam get gaslit into killing someone that isn't the killer. And the killer made them think it was, and then they reveal themselves as the killer, whoever that could be, and then frames Sam, and then maybe they get away with it or something. I would love to see something like that. Just something completely different than what we've seen. Every movie typically boils down to there are two Ghostface killers, not all of them, arguably, but they get killed.
Absolutely, they all had to. Thank you, Jake. Including Scream 3. Yes, good job.
All the movies boil down to we're looking for a killer the whole time. There's two of them. They get killed. Amazing pan out shot of some kind of gorgeous landscape, and then movie's over. Some amazing song over the credits. I know that sounds like a diss. I love all the Scream movies, but I would like to see something different. I would really like to see an ending not end exactly the same way as all the other movies. I hope they deviate a touch. But Craven, you have a point about how it can't be too far out. Like, if they start bringing more ghosts into Scream 6, that's where I'm like, okay, if you start making this paranormal, okay, now we got to chill the hell out. But there's a line that needs to be crossed, and then there's another line that we need to stay way far back from, if that makes sense.
Yes, I absolutely agree with that, and I think that this is that moment, and I'll reference many other franchises. I think this is that moment in the franchise where we decide whether or not we're going to take a chance and go to space, and it looks as though we're not going to space yet. So there's hope, guys. There's hope. There's only one icon that was able to go to space, and it was actually decent in my opinion.
It was awesome. I may do a watch-along party for Jason X. I'm even thinking about doing a live stream watch party for that movie. I really am.
You guys are not talking about Leprechaun 4? What?
Sorry, buddy.
You know better. But seriously though, I think that and rightly so. This is a moment where they've got to figure out what is the new territory. I had a comment. I think it was just this morning. It was either this morning or last night, because I had done, a video on Scream 6 and the news and a couple of thoughts. And this is all that the person said. And if he's watching, then hey, man, what's up? He says, wow, how many more of these are we going to get? And that's a self-professed horror fan. I don't know how much of a Scream fan, but I'm just saying, I think we're at a point where we got to really do some different stuff and I think, and shout out to Fate, I think he said it in our last live stream, or maybe a couple back. He said, all of these movies have basically been the same, as far as the structure and the setting and so forth. Now, granted, and I think, we kind of mentioned it when we did our Scream watch along. The great thing that Wes did, and I'm not trying to compare it to what Radio Silence did, but let's just be real. Wes really made you feel, the setting made you feel Woodsboro in a much different way than Radio Silence did, But we're at a point where we gotta broaden. We gotta broaden our horizons, And I'm just hoping that we can do that. I really, really do.
but it needs to remain a Scream movie.
Yes.
All the elements have to be the murder mystery, the self-referential meta comedy, horror blend, all of those things. Because if it ever starts to deviate from there, then they need to call it something else. Don't call it a Scream movie, because that's important part of it. Now I will tell you, you want to hear the worst idea I've heard yet pitched for Scream 6? I got one for you.
Yeah.
Now, if you guys if you saw my video, it's been a little bit, so you may already know. It's like a week old now. But someone on Screen Rant has proposed the concept that Amber returns in Scream 6 as a Freddy Krueger type character with the burned face.
Oh,
and that they could actually, like, Radio Silence could actually pay tribute to Wes Craven by incorporating the Nightmare on Elm Street mythology into Scream, so that we have Amber Krueger that is now in Scream 6. And I just about threw up when I read this article. I said, this is the worst possible scenario. I said, if this happens, guys, I'm walking away. I'm sorry. I'm stopping canon. I'm completely not acknowledging that film as a Scream film. There's just no. This is it'll never happen. But I had to do a video. I said, this is just too bad. This is the worst I've heard. And I've heard a lot of different theories.
Yeah.
But I don't know if you guys had heard that or not.
I did hear about that, and I was just like, what? And
it's so bad.
I immediately stopped reading it.
I made a video talking about like dead characters coming back, and I referenced that article at the beginning because I'm like, I'm not about to talk about this for 10 minutes. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I'm not about to talk about Amber coming back as a Freddy Krueger demon or some shit. Right? So I mentioned that at the beginning about how there's a Screen Rant article. It's like, oh, Amber could come back. I'm like, that's fucking ridiculous. But
yes.
I discussed the possibility of like Stu, Kirby's not dead, but like her coming back into a Joel coming back at some point. Like, how would you guys feel about that? And I talked about like, some theories about how they could do that. I think it would be cool to bring back some more legacy characters, but don't make it the focus. Because I'm seeing a lot of people like pumped about like, oh, we could get Kirby back. They kind of set it up in the last movie. And I'm like, hell yeah. Just don't make her like the star of the show. Like, have her be a side character, and maybe she gets killed, which would be sad, but it would be cool to have her come back, So I'd be totally down for that.
Because you got Kirby, you got Angelina, you got Joel, you got Stu, you've got help me out. I know I'm forgetting some people off the top of my head right now, but anyway, there are people that we know of that could come back. And then I saw someone in the chat mention this earlier, and it's something we've kicked around before. Roman had a son or a daughter we don't know about. Yeah, Cotton had children we didn't know about. Because, Cotton, dude, that guy, he was a player, man. He was already talking, thinking he knew. So it would not shock me to be a weary out there somewhere who's, weary to return. Oh, see what I did right there?
He's Cotton weary to return.
Yes.
Man.
So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
There you go.
I just watched Batman Forever last night with Jim Carrey. Oh my God. I don't know. That movie did not need a rewatch. Like,
no.
After seeing the new Batman, I'm like trying to go through all the Batman movies again, and wow, I did not need to rewatch that movie.
Oh, man.
That DVD should just be bonfire material, man. That's just
much,
like,
man.
I'll contribute to the fire.
Except for the fact that the soundtrack was nice. I like the soundtrack.
Yeah, the aesthetic is nice, but the storytelling and Val Kilmer's Batman. Ugh.
Yeah.
God.
Castellar says just pledged something for Red Right Hand.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Yeah, man.
Very nice.
Very, very cool.
How we
so
doing
much.
with that, by the way? We're doing good. We're doing pretty good.
Yeah.
We're at 3,500, baby. Let's go. Thank you.
Let's go. Get it up.
Get it up.
Keon. Gosh. Yeah. Well, it'll be an interesting episode for sure. Bob Bob is saying, who do you guys see as acting as Tara's dad? Part of me wants to see Dave Bautista play him.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Wow.
Can you imagine that guy just going after
Right?
Ghostface? Okay,
Dude.
like that would actually be pretty cool.
It should be over, you know? It's like
Bam, just done.
man.
Like whoever it is.
like do the Batista bomb and it's over, man. Like, jeez.
Wow.
Speaking of which, and I do want to say this for any of you guys that are wrestling fans, since he mentioned Dave Bautista, rest in peace to Scott Hall, aka the bad guy, Reza Ramon. And yeah, for any wrestling fans from back in the day, he was definitely a really cool performer. So I just wanted to throw that out there. I couldn't believe it when I found out he passed away the other day, last week or whatever. Crazy. Our next question we've got, Nick was saying, don't you guys have the feeling that Radio Silence might be reading forums and tweets and they're going, yep, I like this. I think there's a lot of writers reading tweets and stuff. Ooh, good question.
That is a good question. I feel like it's kind of hard to not compare the new Scream movie to like the new Star Wars films in a way. And I feel like a lot of the problems with that came from the fact that they were reading tweets, they were reading posts about 7 and what they didn't like, and they tried to change it for 8.
Oh,
And then
man.
they did the exact same thing when 8 came out and it was worse. They're like, oh, we got to change this, and this. And then like none of
Hey,
those
Nicole.
movies are consistent. Hi, Nicole. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Nicole?
So I would like interesting thought. I'll say that, but I'm worried that if they take too many ideas from Twitter, they take too many people from like take too many ideas from like casual people online, that we
Right.
might end up getting something that's more of a mess than we would like.
Jack.
Hey, Jack. What's up, my man? That's why I keep telling everyone on my channel, on my live streams, it's so important that you go on your Twitter feeds, you include your tweets to Radio Silence, Matt and Tyler, Chad, Guy Busick, James Vanderbilt, and let them all know that the stew train is rolling and it needs to happen because it's important that because they've said, yeah, man, they have said that they read their tweets, they read them. So let's show Stew Nation rise up because you're
Get it
out
up.
there. I know you're. Let's rise up, guys, and
Steven.
let them know.
I'm just gonna say something. I know I said it before, but I'm just telling you that would be one of the look. When I watch this movie, just like with 5, if that happens, I'm good. I need to record myself freaking out because all I'm gonna be thinking about is the next time that you either do a video alone or with us. Like
Oh,
the excitement is gonna be ridiculous. You know?
Oh, it'll be impossible to put on a scale
Right.
of measuring the level of excitement. Because, I mean, just me getting out to the car to leave is going to be a task because my brain will be all over brain matter will be all over the walls. I'll have to collect it because my head will explode when I see him on screen. It is going to be. In fact, I'll probably do I can't do that unless I'm the last one to see it. Now, if you guys all go ahead of me, but. I'd be texting you while the movie's going on. I never texted during the movie. I would literally be texting you saying it's happening.
He'll be like,
The earth is shaking. Yeah, I probably couldn't even text. I could be like shaking my hands and be like jerking trying to text.
He'll be texting in Latin. He'll be like so excited. He won't be able to speak English.
Exactly.
Hey, Florian,
Woo.
what's up? Hey, yo. Exactly.
Yo, hey, yo,
Hey,
Florian. Hey, yo, Florian.
Absolutely. But yeah, that Steven, I tell you, man, you're so good at segueing to him. But yeah, I do agree, as far as the whole idea of trying to follow everyone's ideas. It's like I said, you gotta have the story is so important. That component is so important to have it fleshed out, especially for a Scream movie. And I think we've kind of touched upon this many times. This is different than like a Halloween. This movie
True.
has so many layers to it. The Scream movies do, and so you've got to have a game plan, and you've got to have it pretty much set in stone. You can't just kind of cherry pick from ideas here and there and just throw stuff at the wall and see what sticks. So, I do think that they have a pulse on what fans are talking about and so forth. But I think at the end of the day, and I think they're smart enough too, to basically go in and do the movie that they have in mind and have the courage of their conviction, so to speak. So,
Yeah. Yep.
Let's see. And Steven, did you have anything you wanted to add to that? Or did you? I
no,
know
I
we
would-
went to Steven. I'm sorry.
No, I'm vibing, man. I'm chilling out. I'm having a great time. No.
I'll just ask you that. I'll just say this, and I think we kind of touched on it. But
Yeah.
what's your level of concern regarding? And we've talked about layers and stuff. What is your level of concern regarding the script itself? Just the script. Like, do you picture James and Guy sitting there with like profusely sweating as they're trying to get this deadline typed so they get the scripts out to actors, or like oh, we gotta go again. There's another page, or is it a situation where it's like,
They're
hey,
typing like this,
yeah.
like, oh!
It's been 18 straight hours. Keep
And
going.
Stu gets resurrected from
Yes.
this and that. Yeah, no.
Oh yeah,
I
Stu
hope it's
returns
not-
here and just Stu takes Manhattan in Montreal. Stu takes Montreal.
Here we
Stu
go.
takes Montreal. So, what do you guys think? Are you really? Are you concerned that that's kind of what's going on, or do you think they started writing this thing last year and it's already like almost done, or was almost done?
I'll let you go first, Jake.
I think I genuinely think they had an idea. Like they had a basic concept, I feel like, going into like the next film, and then when they saw how much the money the new film was projected to make, they probably started writing it then. But to me, that's still just like, this isn't enough time. Like, if this is going to be a more complicated story than even 5 was, because if you look at like 5 was a pretty complicated, crazy story. Like, there's a lot of ideas going throughout that film. If they're going to make it even crazier, like, there's this theory on Reddit right now about how there's going to be 2 different killers on different sides of the country killing, and we're going to be following 2 different plots. Like, that's, like, let's say it's probably BS. It's a Reddit user saying this, so it's probably BS. But, like, let's say that's the idea. That's a really complicated story, and how are you going to connect those 2 things? So...
Yes.
If that's the case, if this is a much more complicated story, not your typical formula for a Scream film, yet you gotta take your time on it, because with ambitious ideas, you can massively derail a train like that, especially if it's a stew train that doesn't necessarily explain everything that's going on. So,
Right. Yeah.
Hey, yeah.
That's it. Let's go.
I would love for Stu to come back, but like if they just do what they did to Emperor Palpatine
Right.
with them, and he's just like, hey, he's back, he's running around.
Totally out of left field. I was like, are you
Right?
serious?
I know.
Dude,
You know?
when those scroll credits came up and it's just like Emperor Palpatine is back, I was just like, what? What?
And Palpatine.
I mean,
What?
don't get me wrong, man. There was that small part of me that was the curiosity and saying, okay, let's see how they're gonna pull this thing off. But the logical side of me was like, no, wait a minute. Vader threw him down a freaking shaft. And you
Yep.
saw the explosion, and come on, let's be real. But yeah, just thinking about
Wasn't
it.
he?
just-
Wasn't he supposed to be some kind of clone of Palpatine, like a 3rd or 4th generation clone, or something? Is what I
No.
heard. Isn't that what it was? I don't know.
Without getting all into that, because I could go down a rabbit hole, and I hope and let me just say this: I do hope one day that we're able to go into some of those discussions on stuff like that. Because don't get me wrong, horror is my favorite genre, but there's other great movies out there, and a lot of great discussions, like Jake has mentioned before, with stuff, whether it's superhero stuff or Lord of the Rings. But anyways, long story short, he was able to use the dark side, so to speak, and he was basically, it was almost like he was like coming back, being reformed, so to speak. He wasn't like at full power. And that kind of, it was so weird. I can't even really put it into words. That's how convoluted it was, because they were trying to take a left turn after The Last Jedi.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
Oh,
Anyways.
Lord.
That's enough of that.
That's the one Ryan Johnson directed, right?
Huh?
Remember that? Oh, sorry, I hadn't been talking to that. I was just saying. Remember in Amber? That's the one Ryan Johnson directed. I like that one. Talking about the
Right.
Stab 8. I'm like, no, no, honey.
Yeah, I'm telling you, man. Oh boy, good old Ryan Johnson. But Blucka was mentioning about the marketing. Would you be happy with them just doing posters and 20-second clips?
Yeah, but they would never do that.
Right.
Well, the problem is the 20-second clips, Jake. They would add up to 3 minutes of footage, so it's going to be the same difference. It's like it's like that.
Yeah.
That's my thought.
Exactly. Like they're gonna do 20-second clips. They're gonna do posters, but they're also going to do a bunch of trailers, a bunch of TV spots. That's kind of unavoidable with some movies like this. To me, though, you could do all of that without using anything from the third act. Like if you just followed that guideline for the marketing team, we wouldn't get anything spoiled, really. I don't know. I mean, that just seems like such an easy thing to do, but I guess not.
That would be a great little. Wouldn't that be a great rule? Like, whoever's making this trailer, the third act is completely. We're not giving it to you. All you have is the first 2/3 of the movie.
Yeah, man.
Why not?
That's the only way to do it, in my opinion. I don't know.
Yeah, and that's. I mean, we've seen that happen with movies so many times when big plot points are spoiled. I mean, and especially nowadays. Because people not only watch these trailers over and over again, but you have people like us that will talk about the trailers and talk about things that we see and theories and so forth. So to me, more than ever, they've got to be so careful as to what they show. And they don't need to show much at all.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like in Scream 5, if the trailer was just the opening, some of the shots of the opening scene, with Tara, and then you have a couple of shots here and there of the OG characters and when Dewey was meeting with the guys and so forth and so forth. And obviously a couple shots of Ghostface doing some stuff. I would have been fine with it.
Oh man.
There's enough that happened in Scream 5 in the first 2 acts to tease that in trailers and TV spots. They ended up showing a lot from the third act. Like there's multiple shots in that trailer that are like the big reveals from the movie that are in the third act, like this isn't really a reveal because we had like that picture come out about how they were filming at something that looked like Stu's house, and it's like, oh, that's going to be a big thing, and they presented it like it was a big shock towards the end of 5, and it's just like, well, you kind of ruined all that potential by showing us those photos. So what I'm hoping is that they just give us stuff from like the second act, especially because like, what if the opening kill is something really big? That's something no one has really been talking about online. Like, who's going to be the opening kill? It could be someone who survived the last film. There are 6 returning cast members this time. That's like the most we've had maybe since like Scream 2, pretty much. So I really think that they're gonna have to, if not in the opening kill, in the next kill or whatever throughout the movie, we're gonna see some of these characters that made it through the last film die. We have to. So I think tease some of the stuff in the second act in your trailer and your TV spots, but don't show anything from the third act because there's gonna be surprises. There's gonna be some kind of crazy twist. Don't show us any of that.
Yeah, absolutely. There was another comment too. I just wanted to touch upon real quick. I think it was from Apollo. He was talking about this can't be called Scream 6. That would be weird. Then again, Scream 2 wouldn't work either. Do you guys? Because I mean, that's obviously something that is a big thing that's going to be broached upon soon. What do you guys think the title is going to be?
I honestly think it's going to be Scream 2. Like, honestly, I think it's going to be that. Yeah.
It's going to be freaking Scream 2, which is pathetic.
What else do you call it, though? I mean, like,
we're stuck now.
Yeah. We're kind of, you shouldn't have called the last one just Scream. That's the biggest problem.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. I think, honestly, they should have called it, like, Ghostface or just something simple. Just nothing crazy, you know? Like, why not? Ghostface. Ghostface 2. Ghostface stabs again. I don't know. Something ridiculous like that.
But it's going to be, here's the funny thing. We're all of us diehard fans, right? Now you're a casual fan, like who's just not really that into this, other than just like, oh yeah, it's a fun movie. They're going to call it Scream 2, but none of us are going to call this movie. This is Scream 6. It's Scream 5. It's Scream 6. That's all we'll ever be. Mm-hmm. And it's okay. Oh, it's Scream 2, 2023 versus Scream 2, 1997. It's just ridiculous, man. Yeah. And the only way I can see them getting away from that is by going the Halloween route and not copying the names, but doing taglines where you're doing, Scream. I know, and they're all so cheesy. Yeah. Scream again. Oh, okay.
Yeah. That's so cheesy. Like, Halloween Kills is cool. There's something about it. It's like Halloween Kills. That's something spicy there. But with Scream, it's not the same because it's like, Scream Again sounds like a sequel from the 80s of like some weird, like, slasher flick that no one's ever heard of, and it's like not good. Like that's what I'm. If I had no knowledge of the Scream franchise, that's immediately what I would think of, and that's my problem with something like a cheesy tagline like that. Scream forever, scream again, scream resurrection. Like no, that's just not gonna work.
No, it's not. I mean, can you guys think of if we were all commissioned to write a tagline? And I know we're putting us all on the spot because I haven't really thought about that. Because I'm going to call it Scream 6 no matter what. But can you guys think of anything right now that you think is a decent name for a tagline? Go ahead, Nate.
The only thing I can think of is if you have Ghostface in the title somewhere, that kind of would be, something. But anyway, I see Castellar saying Screams, and Bearded was saying Scream, passing the torch. Like, to me, it has to be something cool. It has to be something that sounds good when you say it. And I really can't think of anything offhand, right now anyways, except for putting Ghostface in the title, Scream, I don't know, Ghostface something. I don't know.
Ghostface from the Book of Scream.
Oh no.
No, let's not do that.
How about maybe just call it Stu Screams or Scream.
Scream, the return of Stu Mocker.
The return of Stu Mocker, yes.
Dude, if they called it that, I would lose my shit. I'm gonna be honest, bro.
Can you imagine they announced this summer the title of the movie is Scream 2, the return of Stu Mocker in the title.
Oh, man.
Dude, Jake, that's brilliant.
Lord. I don't even know what to say to that.
Oh my gosh.
But yeah, that's something to actually, that's going to be interesting to see what they do. Let's just assume, because Jake, you were just saying Scream 2.
Yeah.
Forget it, man. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't like it either, man. No, it sucks.
It.
No matter what they do with it, I feel like we're gonna have a problem with it no matter what. But I will say this: if they call it Screams, that suggests like let's compare that to Alien and Aliens. Like, what's the difference between those two films? Aliens has there we go. So if they call it Screams, does that suggest we're gonna have that too? Like what I was talking about. The bi-coastal killers on two sides of the country, two different stories that somehow connect. I mean, that's where my theory brain would go personally. Yeah. So I'd be interested in that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right.
But at the end of the day, just get ready. It's going to be Scream 2. Write it down.
It's probably going to be Scream 2.
It's going to be Scream 2. I guarantee you.
If I was a betting man,
me too. If I'm a betting, and to me, and I don't want to sound like I'm getting all like you're getting your shorts in a wad or something about it, but I'm not. But I have to say, there's something that has just a little bit tone of disrespect to Wes for me if you do this. I'm sorry. It's almost like you're trying to outdo or you're trying to like forget about what was done, and now it's going to be Scream. I already had a problem with just Scream, and now you're going to do Scream 2 as if like we're going to put our stamp on top of his. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, I know I'm probably getting a little bit too sensitive to it. It's just a name.
No,
and you know what I mean? I don't like it, man.
Well, and they even talked about the reasoning for calling it Scream, and I don't know, man. I didn't really buy into it. I don't think it was enough of a reason to call it Scream. To me, calling it Scream 5 would have been perfect.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's like, why are you scared of? Don't be ashamed. It's not something to be like you're embarrassed. I know people say, well, there's a stigma when you start getting to like 5, 6, no one is going to watch them. They're afraid they don't know the backstory. They won't go see it. Yeah. I'm like, here's my opinion. If you make a good movie, guess what? The word gets around. Look at Scream 1. People will watch it. Mm-hmm. They will go see the movie.
Right.
That's all.
And people at some point they're gonna figure out anyways. It's the 5th movie. It's the 6th movie. Like
There's another thing about all this too. That, like, let's say Scream 7 is already like greenlit by the studio. You know what they're gonna call it if this next one is Scream 2. We're gonna have Scream 3.
Scream 3.
What else would you? What, you can't call it anything else at that point if we call this next one Scream 2. And then what? Let's go even crazier down that rabbit hole. Let's say they make a 4th one. Holy fuck! That means we're gonna get Screams 1 through 4 twice. Like that's I just don't like it. I just don't like Scream 2.
I don't like it either. Yeah. Like, be creative, man. Come on.
Exactly. Exactly.
Because you're going to have Scream 4A and Scream 1 through 4B.
Right.
Which one are we going to watch?
Exactly. That's
Oh,
that's why I'm
man.
like, I don't know, man.
Wayne was doing a checkup on the Kickstarter, Jake. He was saying, how's the Kickstarter going?
So I
dollar-wise?
looked at it maybe like 15 minutes ago, and we're at like 3,500. But I'm just gonna refresh it. Yeah, 3,500. So it's good. I mean,
Man, we're
it's
getting
better than where it was. So
Yes.
All right. This sounds good. Denisha had a question saying, do you guys think Two Brash Sarah will be part of the marketing again or be on the TV series? I would not be surprised if they're not doing the same type of marketing like blitz that they did. It would be silly for them not to.
yeah,
You know,
I
that's my short
agree.
answer.
I really think that the way they marketed the movie was fantastic. The only thing, like we were talking about earlier, the only thing I'd change was don't show too much in all the previews, the trailers, whatever. Do the exact same thing though, because clearly that worked.
Yes.
Clearly,
Yeah,
like
dude.
putting all that stuff out there, doing all the events that they were doing. Like, yeah, do that again. That was awesome. That's probably the best marketing a Scream film has had since the original. So yeah.
Yeah. And here's the other thing, though. This could be interesting because, we've all been speculating about this could be one of the ways that radio silence might be subverting our expectations is to take us away from Woodsboro. Don't go to college because half the fandom seems to be thinking they're going to replicate Wes for Scream 2 and we're going to college. What if we go to New York? We're in a big city setting. We've talked about it on Friday here on the Collective. We have skyscrapers and concrete. That is our surroundings for Ghostface to hide in alleyways and he did have so many ways to maneuver through downtown setting. And maybe we don't have Two Brash Sarah. Maybe we have Gail's personal assistant who's on TikTok. And she's talking about death threats that have been coming in lately. We're getting threats here at the studio. And we're taking them very seriously. See? You could build take the same concept, but now you make it fit the environment now where it's a corporate environment, TV studio, and she's on her own personal TikTok talking about the events that are happening. She's getting worried about Gail. And there you go. Just a thought.
I would love for this movie to focus on Gail a little bit. Like, don't make her the main character, but to have a Ghostface like specifically going after her, and then like Sam gets involved too. I just think that would be so cool. Really Gail is always in the background, like looking for Ghostface, but she's never really like the target. There's only been like a handful of times where Ghostface was specifically going after her, and I'd like to see more of that. I'd like to explore that avenue a little more in the next film.
How about her very first night, her very first Ghostface phone call? Can we finally have it?
Right?
5 movies.
Yeah.
Oh my, because
I'm
sorry, Knight, go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
No. I was just gonna say I think that'd be great, and I've been thinking about what we can do with Gail's character. I have a couple of thoughts. Hopefully, I'll be doing a video on it soon. But it would be cool to have her to be pulled into that light a little bit more, obviously, because she's in the movie. And obviously you kind of connect everyone else to that. But what if that happens, right? And in this movie, we get what we've been talking about so much as far as more than one Ghostface, having a cliffhanger ending. And then the cliffhanger ending, no matter what happens to Gail, I'm not going to theorize on that specifically, but it's a cliffhanger ending.
Sorry.
Well, it's a cliffhanger ending. And then, in the final movie of the trilogy, then we can, obviously let Nev have some more of that light, because we know Nev Campbell's coming back, unless she doesn't. Hint, hint.
Right. Wink, wink.
Yeah, exactly. So that's what I think. I think Gail should have something substantial in this movie. That would be cool and different.
Yes.
Yeah,
and
it would be different.
I'll say this. Listen, Craven, you might be on the you might be the conductor of the stew train, but I am the conductor of the cliffhanger train, baby. That thing is going right off the cliff, possibly. We won't know until the 7th film. I want that so bad. I don't want a clean-cut resolution with this next movie. I want something gritty and dangerous and risky. Like, I really want something that, like, could be a disaster, but we end up going a great crazy way with it. I think even if here's the thing, if they go that route, and maybe it's not the best written cliffhanger, I think even in that case, it's still gonna stand out compared to the other movies because it's like we've never had a film end this way before.
It's
so
new.
That's right.
it's new, it's fresh. Even if it's not the most well written thing, it's still just like this is so cool and so different. I think that'll impress fans enough to have something along those lines that's such a deviation and to leave people on the edge of their seats like that before it cuts to black. I'm so down for that. Listen, and here's another argument towards that because I know I've talked to a lot of people on different platforms about that. Some people aren't into that because they're like, well, what if they don't make Scream 7? Well, we did that to Marvel fans back with Infinity War. And guess what? People loved that. That's like everyone's favorite Marvel movie for the most part. So go for it. I say it's risky because we've never done it before. That's why people are scared of it. But I say just go for it. It would be so cool and so different and freaky. It would leave people like with their jaws dropped.
That's exactly. I mean, listen, anytime a movie has a really cool cliffhanger that really just punches you in the gut, I absolutely love it because when I leave that theater, I'm just, wow.
And you can't stop thinking about the next, where are they going to go next with it? You know, that's what I want. That's the conversations I want to have after I see the next film.
Absolutely. I mean, can you imagine the hype that would be built up for 7? I mean, and again, it's something different. It's something that it gets you invested differently because at the end of 5, you know, it wrapped up and it was okay. You know, it was all right, but it wasn't anything that was like, oh, you know, I don't know. Like I said, I agree. We need something drastic, something that really hits you and leaves you wanting more. Like I guess what I'm saying is at the end of 5, I enjoyed 5, you know, and I've said that a bunch of times, but it didn't necessarily leave me wanting more. I knew we'd get more, but I wasn't like, oh my God, I can't wait for 6. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'd love to have from this movie. You know, I mean, they gotta just go for it. They really do. Anyways.
Yeah. Well, and according to that quote from Tyler, if we're taking them at face value, they're risking. They said we're willing to risk it all to subvert expectations and do stuff that's never been done before, and we're going to, and everything's up for grabs. So, to me, that's the kind of movie they're. At least, let me put it this way: if they tell us that stuff now and they don't deliver on that, then we're going to look back on this and say, you guys we can't trust anything you ever tell us again. You're just feeding a machine. That's all you're doing.
They know that too. Like, dude, go back and watch some of their movies, man. They do some risky stuff in some of their films. A lot of them have dark endings and really mysterious, weird stuff you've never seen in other movies. This isn't really a twist because it's kind of, if you've never seen Southbound before, but like the whole movie's a loop, which is so cool. It's like it's a really different thing that you don't see in a lot of movies like that. The whole thing is like a big time loop that these characters are stuck in that's just going to keep going, and it's a little different every single time. I kind of spoiled that a little bit, but I needed to put that out there to like that's Radio Silence made that movie. That was like their thing. Obviously, it's like kind of like VHS where it's other directors writing skits, but that was their idea. That was their concept, and that's very original. It's very different from anything else I've ever seen. They want to do that with Scream. They want to do that with this next film, and they kind of were put in a box with this last film because they had to impress the fans of an already established franchise to be accepted in this group, to be like, okay, listen, we're real filmmakers. You might not have heard of some of our other indie horror films, but like, let's go for it. We're gonna make a great Scream film. Now they have the opportunity to make Radio Silence's version of Scream. We get to see that in Scream 6. I don't think necessarily Scream 5 was that because they had to impress the fandom, because they had to reestablish a lot of old things from the past with this new film.
Agreed. Yep. How about you, Steven? Anything on that for you?
No, I'm going into this, and I don't want anyone to misunderstand. When I bring up concerns, it's not me being negative or saying I don't think they can do it. I'm just saying I do believe they have. I was impressed with what they did in 5. I was.
Yeah.
You know, and there were some things, of course, as with any movie, I would like to have seen differently, of course. But overall, I'm happy they're back. I am happy Radio Silence is back.
Oh yeah.
But this is where you put the big boy britches on for me, because now you can't lean on Wes's legacy much anymore in this one because you've already done that big time.
Yeah.
And like that whole sequence in the kitchen with Wes when he's getting the opening up the cabinet, that is all Wes Craven, dude.
Yep.
That is a Wes Craven inspired sequence with all the doors and they close and he's not there, and another one and it's not. That's so at this, I mean, I saw it. I'm like, oh, this is something Wes. I would have seen Wes right, and and then those things are awesome. Not saying they can't do that kind of stuff again. I'm just saying this one again. I need to see them really deliver on what they're saying. If you're telling me you're going to risk it all to bring some to subvert my expectations as a fan, then you need to do it.
That's right.
If I go in there and I can call out boom, 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 then you failed. You just failed. I'm sorry. You failed. You didn't reach the mark.
Yeah.
That you were. But that doesn't mean I don't think they can. I'm just saying anyone who says this, I would say the same thing about. So, but I said in my video today, and we've said it, this is a make or break movie for them, because if they take these big risks and they fall flat and they don't land them, then we may or may not even get a Scream 7, man. Or if we do, who knows what's going to be happening? They may bring in new writers. They could bring in hey Valerie.
Hey,
Good to
Valerie.
see you. And by the way, Valerie is, I believe, Jake, and I'll let you speak to it, but I believe Valerie mentioned to me earlier that she's one of your backers at the $50 level.
Yes.
For a Lethal Collective episode.
Yeah.
So thank you, Valerie. Well, good on you. Well done.
Thank you, Valerie. Heck yeah. I can't wait to speak with you about some Scream
I can't
stuff.
wait. We're gonna have Valerie on a live stream here. It's gonna be
very
fantastic.
And she had
yeah.
a great, and I just want to say too, she had a great reply to a comment, because I think we all posted about the Kickstarter, and she replied to my post, and she was just so excited to help and to support, and then she was very excited, to be able to come onto the live stream, and it was such a sweet comment saying she'd love to be able to talk with 4 of her favorite YouTubers, and I just like. It's always wonderful to read that type of stuff, and it's so hard to reply because you want to give like an air hug or something. But
exactly.
Thank you so much, Valerie.
Thank you.
No, you're good, man. That was pretty much all I was gonna say. It's just we have faith in you, Radio Silence. We're in your corner. We're backing you. We're holding you up behind your shoulders. Okay, so just bring it. Get this thing delivered and do it well, and. We're just going to hope. Jake says I'm out. And,
he's like, if Radio Silence doesn't fix this, I'm leaving.
I'm out. I am checking out. I'm gone. But yeah, just make a good movie. And the most all important thing, get us those breadcrumbs to Mocker. Whether you're going to bring Stu back in 6 or if you're going to wait and save him till 7, that's it. Let's Stu train. Let's get it going. Continue to show us some things. And reveal to us, and this is the one that I'm in the minority here, but Knight. I don't know if we've actually talked about this directly, but let's reveal that Stu Macher is the one who overpowered and killed Dewey in the hospital. That was his kill.
That's so funny. Nick just put that up.
Oh wow! I haven't even seen that. That's awesome.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about, though, man. I'm telling you. I think it would be very, very fitting, and Amber takes credit for these things because she could, and Stu wouldn't want to be revealed. So, man, am I grasping at straws? Some would say I'm grasping at straws for that. I don't know. I think that if he is the mastermind, that could have been him who came back to kill Dewey. He wanted that kill again. So,
yeah, no.
Do you think that's a possibility?
It's definitely a possibility. There's no.
Thank you, Jake.
Jake's like, I heard you all the way from where I was.
Right.
But no, I think it's a big possibility, and I think that it adds layers to the story. It connects things, which is very cool, obviously franchise wise, but it also adds layers, and it makes sense. And again, it gives you something different. Like that's I know I keep saying it, but I just want to keep pounding that there. It's like giving us something different and fresh. And again, I think this would be good. And I know Bearded in the live chat was saying not a fan of the cliffhangers, and sometimes the idea is if people when they use cliffhangers because they don't have a story. But I think if they do a cliffhanger that works and connects these 3 movies to the franchise, I think it could be epic. It could really be epic. And I mean, it could really change. I mean, if you think about it, it could really change the trajectory of the whole franchise. I mean, other than 1, because 1 on its own is a classic and it's a bona fide masterpiece. But I mean, you know, if they do a great cliffhanger, this could connect everything. You know, so anyway,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
my thought.
Well, and I've said this too, and this is the last thing is I'll get off my soapbox, but there's a lot of ways you can do Stu. And we've talked about a lot of them already ad nauseum here, but I will just say this. What if we find out that Stu is the one who architected the article in the Reddit page? That if we find out that Stu was actually recruiting people to kill for him, and Richie and Amber killed each other. Yeah, well, that's what she said, but that not necessarily means it's the case, Robert. But the thing is, what if we find out, and that's how this connects to 5. We find out, yeah, exactly, Keon, and it connects to 5, and we see that Stu actually was the one who started the whole thread to find people that would be easily manipulated, and he found those in Richie and Amber. Just a thought. That's all I'm saying. Just a thought.
It's possible. I mean, what do you think, Jake?
I think I really like the Reddit idea. I think they'll expand upon that on Scream 6 for sure.
Yeah.
Like I think we'll definitely see some people maybe like trying to keep alive the ideas that like Richie and Amber kind of proposed in that next film. I think that's definitely going to be something they discuss. Because that's the only thing they really set up in the last film to be explored with in a sequel. It's such the ending is such a clean cut. Like if they weren't making another film, I wouldn't have been surprised just because of how like clean cut that ending is. It just feels like the ending to this big story. And that's why I was kind of nervous walking out of the theater for the first time. I'm like, oh, they really don't plan on making any more. Like this was it. Okay.
Yeah.
I was almost kind of shocked when they announced that Scream 6 was happening. So I really think they have to explore that because that's really the only thing they set up in the last movie to be explored in Scream 6, moving forward with Ghostface killers. So it would have to be some like more people from Reddit who want to continue what Amber and Richie started with their own personal motivations as well. I don't necessarily know if it's Stu doing all that. Who knows? I don't know.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Do you think that could be a possibility? Funny. Like if he was the mastermind. Wouldn't that be kind of fitting if he was the guy who put the ad out there?
That would be a cool way to do it. Yeah.
Agreed. All right. One other thing I wanted to throw out there, and Wayne was asking, I don't know if he's left yet, but he was saying something, I can't get physical rewards because it's U.S. only. What about us foreigners? What about Aussies?
I would love to just go around the world and give all the physical rewards out there, but the shipping cost is the big thing. Like we looked up how much that would cost to like ship like just a little like $14 pin out certain places, and it's just like we just can't do it. We unfortunately I'm just not a big enough YouTuber to that point where I could ask for more money. And we were already skeptical about $5,000. I was really against that. I was like, I don't think we're going to be able to I don't know if we're going to be able to do that. And Matt was really insistent on it. He's like, we have to do that for the rewards. Like there's just, we're not going to have enough money to produce some of those physical rewards. So we had to make it $5,000 for all that. Like it's already going to cost us like, 40% of that budget just to put out the rewards, to make the commission, the poster and all that, it's really expensive stuff. You know, trust me, I want to do more, but I'm just not quite at that level yet. Like once we get out, like if I had 100,000 subscribers, totally different story. But one day we'll get there.
But Jake, you do offer some digital stuff, right? Like
there is a lot of digital stuff.
Levels of backers, right? Yeah, they can get emailed and things. Yeah,
actually, some of the lower tiers you can get all the digital stuff pretty cheap. It's not super crazy. Like what is it? The $25 tier I think has like all the digital stuff. I'm pretty sure. So
nice.
I mean,
there you go.
Like what is it? You get a thank you credit in the movie. You get a digital downloads of like both the new movie and the old one. We're actually going to do a remaster of the proof of concept. So we're actually going to go back into the editing room and like redo some of the stuff with that, which is going to be really cool. You get a digital screenplay, a digital poster. There's going to be multiple posters. Like you've seen the one that's really cool. Oh, you don't like. Listen, I've already seen some of the sketches for the other ones we're working on. Holy Jesus, they are cool. So I'm very excited for you guys to see those as well. So there's even more stuff coming.
Yeah. Kessler was saying, would you do a follow-up to Red Right Hand or another horror fan film?
It's kind of a spoiler, don't you think? I can't really comment on that, but I can say we have multiple other projects in the works if Red Right Hand is successful. So
that's awesome.
Nice.
So
All right,
good.
we got one more question I want to throw up before we start finishing up here. Nicole was asking, since Scream 4 came out when the internet wasn't where it is now, how do you feel about this new era of being able to talk about the new Screams beforehand? Does it make it better or worse?
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
Sarah went there. Go ahead, Jake. What do you think, man?
Here's my take on this, because I've had a lot, like, I would have people throughout all my Scream coverage say, "Wow, you are determined to spoil Scream 5." And I'm like, "No, I'm not. Listen, I'm just a fan who's excited and putting out my theories and ideas. That's the truth. And I think because of that, because we put so many crazy theories out there, and the majority of them turned out to be incorrect, that actually makes it more mysterious than it would have been beforehand if you just went into it with a little prior knowledge. Because we had, like, for example, I had a big theory on how Wes and Liv were going to be the killers. That ended up not being true at all.
Yeah.
And I was really sold on that theory. That was my favorite personal theory of mine, that I, going into that film, I'm like, okay, I think it's going to be Wes and Liv. And honestly, there's moments early on in the film where I'm like, oh, it could be them. Oh, there's this and that happened. That makes sense why that could happen.
Right.
I think, honestly, what we're doing on here makes all the marketing even more mysterious. It makes the next film, like, almost, I don't want to say more fun to watch, but it makes it, like, harder to figure out who the killer is because we're throwing out more theories. And if anything, that adds to the fun. That makes it more mysterious. If you know who the killers are going to be going into it, that's just not as fun, I think.
Right. Right.
Yep.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it was so much cool hype about it, and that's what was fun, the excitement. But go ahead, Steven.
No, I don't have much to add. I agree with Jake. I think it was, there's always there's always two edges to the blade of what we do, because in one way it's so exciting to break down trailers and theorize, but the other side is, as content creators especially, and for all of you who watch the videos, you too, I remember getting this trailer, right, and I'm sure you guys did this, and I slow it down to 1/10 speed. And so it's like moving like this, that fast. So I'm catching anything on the screen. So did it impact my viewing experience as a fan? Of course it did. It did. If I would have seen it one time and never watched it again, it would have been a whole different experience watching the film. But also, as a creator, I feel like I want to do these things. I want to dig into these things, and I do like to talk theories. And as we talked about at the very beginning, if these trailers were constructed better, it wouldn't affect the viewing experience as much, because we wouldn't have those clues like a Amber clearly on fire with her rings and long sleeves, where it's like, no, the mystery's gone. We all knew that Amber was going to be burning. It wasn't all it was then was how it had happened. It wasn't even a matter of who it was going to happen to.
Right.
If that scene's gone, that whole fire scene would have been like, oh no way! It would have like been the shocker. I would have loved that. I just knew it was coming. So it just, and like Jake said, it does take away. But at the same time, I love the possibilities. Look at all of our theory videos, man. All of us, and Fates too. We are cranking out almost every day a new theory. What about this? What about this? What could be that? What if we do that? That's fun. I genuinely love that part of this, and
I do too.
And you're right. 90% of them are going to be wrong, and that's what we hope. I hope every theory I do is wrong, because that means it's surprised. You know,
exactly,
right.
exactly.
Yeah,
yep. I agree.
It's fun.
We got two more questions that came up. Nicole, do any of you guys have tattoos?
This is a great time to talk about this. So when I hit 9,000 subscribers, I'm gonna put out a video that says, if I can get to 10K in a month, I will get a ghost face tattoo on my right shoulder. So
Nice.
I haven't. It's an idea that I've been bouncing around in my brain, and I'm like, I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna go for it. I've never gotten a tattoo. I would love to, honestly.
That's awesome.
You're gonna do it at 9 or 10? You said
10. So like when I hit 9K,
good.
I'll put out a video saying, hey, if I can get to 10K in a month, I will get a tattoo on my right shoulder.
Nice.
Dang.
I love it.
I have no tattoos. I never have been a fan personally, and so I never planned to get one. Now maybe if I do a campaign to hit 100,000 subs, might consider getting a little tiny one up here somewhere. But no, I'm not a tat guy. Just not my thing.
Yeah.
Knight, how about you, man?
Yes, I do. I have two.
Nice.
Are they in places you can visibly share?
Well, not really.
On the live stream?
Not really.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
That tattoo's paying rent. I mean, that's a lot of space.
Literally, absolutely. And last question we've got here, which was interesting. Mega Giants was saying, Craven Knight, Killjoy Jake, if you were offered a role in a Scream movie, which would you rather be, Final Guy, Victim, or Ghostface?
Well, I mean, I like Ghostface. I think obviously for me, like I would love to play. I love being the killer. I would love to. My dream in life is to play like horror movie villains. That's all I want to do. I just love monsters and creatures and shit. I would love to be Ghostface. I think that'd be sick.
How about you, Steven?
Wow. I would probably go Final Guy. Yeah. Because number one, I would have the best chance of being in the sequel. Because the victim's dead and Ghostface will be killed, most likely, unless it's a cliffhanger.
Hey.
Then he has a chance.
Yeah.
Jake's got a shot. But no, it would be fun to be the antagonist. It would be fun to be the one that's stalking and killing people.
Yes.
But at the end of the day, I want to be that protagonist in it. I want to find a way to outsmart him, survive him, and live on to the sequel. Because these days, you gotta have a sequel.
Those are the rules.
Those are the rules.
For me, I that's good. You're good at that, man.
Oh
But,
man, years of practice.
But I have to. Both you guys make great points, and obviously being the final guy would be great because you'd be in the next movie. But playing Ghostface, man, that would just be so awesome. And especially, and this is my last point as we head on out. Especially, what they were able to do in the opening scene of Scream 5. I think it was so cool just to get that extra depth, to the Ghostface phone call. That would just be awesome. It really would. So yeah, I'd want to play Ghostface.
So
Absolutely.
Knight, what would you say if you were Ghostface? If you were hired, if Roger L. Jackson decided he was sabbatical, he's retiring from the business, and they hired you, can you give us your best Ghostface voice without obviously a voice changer? What would we hear from you, man? All right, call Jake. Jake, pick up your phone and get ready. It's about to ring. Oh, you should do. No, I don't think we can do that logistically. I was gonna say have Knight call you and put it up to the phone and let us hear it over the phone.
That would be great.
Oh, we could do that. Knight, you can mute your mic. I'm serious, dude. Let's live a little. Life's short, man.
Let's live a little.
Live a little. You only live
I'm ready.
once.
I'm ready.
So, Knight, just mute your mic. Call Jake. Jake, put him on speaker. And let's hear what Knight would sound like if he was contracted to be Ghostface. This would be amazing.
All right, hold on. You guys are crazy.
And say like a sentence, man. Like, because we may not be able to hear you right at first with the mic and stuff,
Let's see. This is crazy. I don't know about you guys, man.
This is great. This is unscripted, guys. We are flying by the seat of our pants. That's what we're doing to bring you quality entertainment.
Yes.
All right, let's try this thing. Hold on.
Actually, we're
Hopefully
just doing it to
this'll
have
sound
fun. We just love it. We're glad you're here.
Right?
Oh, I'm just an unsuspecting victim hanging
Oh,
out,
no.
I'm getting a call
Is that-
from somebody.
Unknown caller.
Uh-oh, let's answer this. Hello?
Hello,
Who's this?
this is your worst nightmare,
Oh.
Jake.
Oh, dear. Oh, geez, I was just gonna put on a horror movie and get into something snuggly. What what are you doing, Mr. Ghostface?
I want to know who I'm staring at.
Oh my god, my door just opened right when that happened. That is so scary. Oh shit, dude. You just scared the heck out of me, dude. Oh my god. Oh.
Peace.
Good
Dude,
stuff.
that was
Good.
awesome. That was great.
I'm actually horrified right now. Like, y'all are messing with me.
Bro, you legit scared Jake. He was just so into the moment. It totally got him off guard. That's so awesome.
My buddy Connor just came over. We're doing a live stream tonight for Red Right Hand, so he literally, I mean, dude, right when you said that,
was
like the
awesome.
door popped open. I'm like, what? Oh my god.
Oh, that was
yeah,
a great
that's
night.
nice.
You nailed it,
Good,
brother.
good stuff. Killing it. Wow.
You could totally do that. Like, totally do that.
Man.
Man, I think
Thanks, guys.
Jake may have to contact you for like subcontract you for a cameo Ghostface call or something.
Man, it's
in Red Right Hand.
That would be crazy. No comment.
Discounts are happening
Yeah,
this week.
it would be.
Discounts are happening this week.
Yes.
Oh, man. Well, thanks, guys. That was everyone's like, that's great.
That's
Thanks
great.
so much, guys. That was totally unscripted. Like I was like, oh man, what am I gonna say? All right. That was good though. I like that. But anyways, now that I'm all flustered. For you guys though, seriously.
Okay.
No, go ahead. What were you gonna say, Steven?
I was just going to say two things before we do our final wrap. I was going to see if we could just real quickly talk about Friday night, because Friday night is a big night for me on the channel. Because this Friday at 9 p.m. Central, I'll be having the one and only Lynn McCree, otherwise known as Maureen Prescott, on the channel for a 1 hour interview, baby. A whole hour with Maureen Prescott, Lynn McCree. And she's bringing actual film memorabilia from Scream 3 that she's going to show us on camera. And it is going to be off the chain, guys. So if you have not yet gone to my channel to click the set reminder button, just pop over there. You'll see it right there on upcoming live streams at the top. Click it, smash that thumbs up button, and hit that set reminder button, and you're good to go for Friday night, this Friday, the 25th. Hope you guys can all come.
Absolutely. That's going to be off the chain, man.
Yes.
I'm so excited for that.
Right?
So exciting, man.
That's going to be sweet.
And then
Carrie, you should have called
Blondie.
Blondie. I love man.
That's so awesome.
Some of those lines are just so amazing. You know, like I said, Roger Jackson.
Oh man,
Anyways.
iconic. And we also owe everyone. We owe Denisha. I don't know, Denisha, if you're still here, but if we owe Denisha our closing song. You know where I'm going, Knight.
Yeah, we are.
Whenever we wrap up.
And even Carrie knows.
Carrie,
I'm ready.
I just saw it.
Let's do this thing. You guys know what's up. Let's do it.
Hit it.
Hey. Oh, hey, wait, guys.
Whoa. Shut the
We
front
have
door.
a phone call. We have a phone call from Tyler. Tyler, you're live on the Lethal Collective. What's going on, buddy?
Oh my God, I'm on the Lethal Collective right now.
Yeah. How does that make you feel?
I feel like a whole new woman. Wow, I am so honored.
Yeah, this is your one and only time, buddy. Okay.
You got to donate your $50 to the Kickstarter.
The only thing, I just want to say that, this would be so much better with that fake guy. You should bring him back.
So I don't know all that now.
He just, he couldn't get on the stew train, and it was really
Enough's enough.
He's abrasive,
Abrasive.
I understand, but he's just such a little cutie.
He is a cutie. Yeah, no, he's a hot potato.
You just want to kiss him on the mouth.
I really do.
I know he's Angela now. I'm convinced beyond anything else. Exactly, Carrie. You know it.
Tyler, you can't hear anything that they're saying, probably, but yeah.
No, I can't. It doesn't matter. They're not important. You're the movie maker.
Fate is you are the collective after all. So I mean,
I am. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why this episode sucks.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
Oh man.
I'm watching a couple minutes in between working, and it's just I see this and I'm just like, this is just. The quality is just falling off of a cliff.
God, there's just not some dude ranting about how much Halloween Kills sucks, so I'm just not interested,
Right?
So neither is the audience, I can tell. The chat just isn't the same. You don't have Angela in the chat. It's just,
No, we've got her on the phone.
That's actually on the phone.
But
Yeah, I guess so, man. Damn.
But I appreciate the guest appearance. That was very nice of you.
Yeah, your time's almost up here, buddy. You got anything else you wanna say?
Go support the Kickstarter.
Oh.
In the description.
Yeah.
Pay us $50.
Go
He's on the
check out
collective.
this Friday, right? It's Friday, right? Craven's.
Yeah, Craven's
interview with Maureen Prescott.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Baby.
Nice. Night. Just go watch Night because his voice is fantastic.
Hey Tyler, he showed us his chest tattoo earlier. It was getting kind of spicy in here. Yeah, he took off his shirt, bro. No.
Hey. Oh, I'll wait till he hangs up. I'll wait till he hangs up.
Man, is it hot in here or is it just night?
Oh, I'm sweating because of that, man.
We need a Kickstarter tier for Knight to take his shirt
Do you
off.
have any tattoos
There we
anywhere
go.
else?
There we
go.
Probably below the belt?
he wouldn't show us that one. He wouldn't show us that one. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Some collective this is.
Well,
I'll let you guys go. You guys wrap up and have a wonderful time. I just want to say hi to the chat real quick. Sorry I couldn't be a part of this episode, but you'll see me Friday. I'll be there Friday.
he'll be there.
He'll be there.
Perfect transition. Bye.
Perfect. There, we can get right back to it. All right, bye, Tyler.
There we go.
I hung up on him.
You did it for all of us.
There we go.
Now,
My buddy's just looking at me like I'm fucking crazy.
okay. I gotta say, before Knight gives the final sign off for us, what tier level would it take to donate for you to just take your shirt off for like 30 seconds on a live stream and put it right back on? 30 seconds. With the lights on. With the lights on.
Yeah, I like
With
that.
the lights
With the lights on, so it's very clear.
Oh,
And
man.
this is for Jake. This is for Red Right Hand. What tier could it be? Come on. You can just do it one time. A one-time donation.
This ain't my room to talk here. This is
No, this is Knight. This is
all
Knight's comfort
Knight's-
level.
Yeah,
It's all you, man.
right.
to help my boy out. I do. Let's do a $75 tier. Let's do
Bam.
a $75
Really?
tier.
Let's go.
All right.
can do it.
So only one person has to do that for
Yep.
you to take your shirt off on a live stream. That's what you're telling me right now.
Hey, there you go.
Listen, Matt is a phone call away. I can make things happen.
$75 to see Knight with the light on for 30 seconds. With
like
the
he
guns.
didn't agree to that. He didn't agree to that.
What about 30 seconds? What do you say, Knight? Come on, 30 seconds for $75. Is that fair? What do you think?
It'll be like you could hear screenshot.
Oh yeah, let's do it, man. Guns will be blazing. The full blown night for all of us
Hey.
to see. It won't be night that night. It'll be clearly seen.
Jeez.
Steven, I tell you.
Oh,
Hey, I blame Jake. Jake's the one in our trailer that says sometimes it gets sensual. I'm just saying, dude. I blame you
He
for
did
that.
say
I said-
that
I
as
said
the
nothing.
camera zooms in.
Listen,
You're
listen.
sweet, buddy.
Steve, you're the one that's pressing for this, Steven. You're the one that wants him to take his shirt off. I'm just saying.
That's
Look, man.
That's how much I care about your movie.
Okay.
That's the level of depth.
That was-
depth of that I care about this, and
Yeah.
That's
you know, I know that $75 will be paid in like the next 5 minutes because everyone wants to see Knight without his shirt on. So that's a no-brainer, man. Come on. So guys in the chat, you heard it. We're being dead serious, right, Knight? I think we're being dead serious.
Yeah.
only on the
$75.
OnlyFans. Check
That's
it out on.
No. I don't know how you. That almost has to be a super chat or something, doesn't it, Jake? And I don't know how you'd put that as a tier on your
Exactly.
Yeah,
Kickstarter.
like I feel like
I
I,
just
would
think so.
feel wrong putting that on Kickstarter and be like, see this dude
Yeah.
without his shirt off. Like,
Like,
what?
we've
Exactly.
really taken a left turn here, man.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, you could always say a surprise quote by Knight of the Night Watch channel. Email for details if you have questions.
The night surprise.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to help you, man. Just trying to help you out. That's all.
I
We're
appreciate
doing what we
it.
can. We have literally gone off the rails.
Oh,
The
yeah,
last
bro.
15
Truly.
minutes. But I gotta admit, and I will say this, for you guys watching, and I know you guys have heard us say this before, but if you're new to this channel, these are some of the fun things that. This is why I love hanging out with these guys. We just have fun. And before we started this channel, this is the type of stuff we were doing and having fun with when we were talking offline, you know, for an hour and a half. We're like, oh,
Yep.
okay, guys, well, I'll let you go now. You know, it's like,
Yeah.
so this is the fun type of stuff that we really.
Derailed the street
Carrie
train.
says, Jake, do you feel dirty now? Oh, Lord.
Oh,
man.
he's speechless. I never seen
right.
Jake speechless, man. That's rare.
right?
That might be a first.
I'm being careful of what I can
Ah?
say and what I don't say on YouTube. So
That's true too.
yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, there you go. There you
All
go.
right. All right, guys. So we had fun. For you guys in the chat, hopefully you had fun with us, even when we're just acting a fool. But we enjoy it. We enjoy you guys. Please give the video a like. That will help support the channel as we continue our march to 1K subs. And
Yes.
it will happen. It will
Yes.
happen. We're grinding. We're making it work. And the proof is in the pudding because YouTube, it's a tough place to gain exposure, but we're doing it and you guys are a big part of it. So anyways, we will catch you guys later. This has been a fun one. I'll be watching some replay for this. So anyways, the collective has spoken. Peace.
Peace.